this is what you want in your life. Some zucchini. What it do, friends? Today I went to the grocery store early this morning and happened to see that they had a good deal on zucchini that wasn't looking sickly or sad, I should say. They looked really good, even though they're on the smaller side. I just felt the need to make zucchini bread today. And yeah, it makes your house smell so good too. I do not like baking. That's a fact. But I will I will bake this. And I do bake snickerdoodles. Those are basically the only things that I don't mind putting the effort into as far as like baking sweet goods or just in general. I find baking very stressful. Does anyone else feel that way? Because you have to be precise. I know some people, they are like strictly bakers. They love it, the sweets and all that. I don't even like sweets in general. So yeah, baking for me doesn't really bring joy to my life. Or eating sweets. I'm more of a savory. I'd rather have like savory dinner stuff than dessert. I always pass on dessert. I'm like, or I'll take a bite and I'm good. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do today. And I wanted to go ahead and share it. Why not? I'm doing it, so whatever. With this, it does require kind of a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the dry stuff because again, the dry ingredients have to be separate from your wet ingredients. Baking 101, right? But it's true. Okay, I'm just going to get into it. So in here, I already did the flour, sugar, and nope, not the baking soda yet. But the flour and sugar I did because it's just super messy and I don't even have the space to do all that. But right now, that's what it's looking like. It calls for 3 cups and 1/4 of flour. And then we're going off of what I do for my recipe, is 1 1/4 cup sugar, regular white sugar, whatever you prefer, and then I do 1 cup brown sugar, which is not in the original recipe, but I just like it. I think it brings out more of a richness to it, and I don't know, I just like it. So going off of the rest of the dry ingredients, where's my little thingamajig? Oh, I put it over here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna mix this up. You know what to do. Get all your flour and sugar mixed in pretty well. All right, that's good for now. And get your little measuring tools out. Everything from here kind of calls for a teaspoon. So, and I'll make sure it's a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. We're gonna do a teaspoon of baking soda. I feel like you gotta spread it around, I don't know. It seems so small. And a teaspoon of salt. I have the pink Himalayan, but you can use any kind of salt that you want or that you like. Spread that in there. And I do a teaspoon of nutmeg. It's gonna make your kitchen smell so good too. I'm so ready for fall, y'all. Teaspoon of cinnamon. And where, again, I changed it is I like to add a teaspoon of clove. And if you're not a fan of clove, don't do it. I just really like it. And yeah, that's really all for the dry ingredients. Get your little whisk and mix it all up. This recipe makes 2 mini loaves of bread. So if you have a big bread pan, then you could probably just make 1 big one. I use the 2 mini ones. It's nice too because then you can give one to someone else and share. Share the love. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have another song stuck in my head. I know I can't play it, I'm sure, but it might come out. And I heard that. How will I know if he really loves me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. That's as much as you're gonna get out of me. And I heard it at the grocery store, which is funny. It wasn't one of those like moments where I woke up with it. It was, I went to the store and started singing along, not realizing. And there was another lady and she's like, "You go, girl," because I was singing out loud apparently. I mean, not loud, but I was just jamming out, walking down the aisle. Kind of funny. Sorry. All right, dry ingredients all mixed up. Smells good. Set that aside, and here's for the wet ingredients. This is where I feel like it gets kind of messy. I already poured in my oil. So we have oil and water. It called for 1 cup of veggie oil and 1/4 cup of water. Then we're gonna add 4 eggs already mixed up. And here's where it gets a little messy because you take your zucchini and have to grate it. I thought about doing it over this mixture, and you know what? I won't do it. I'll use a fork. Let's go ahead and mix this. I mean, it doesn't look really good the way it is. Give it a stir. Science. That's what baking is. It's science. Literally, is how I feel. All right. Bust out your grater. And I do 2 regular size zucchini. If you have like a really big one, then you only need 1. But usually 2 normal size will do it. And this is where I'll probably be editing out some of this because you don't want to sit here. Well, maybe if I go fast. How is everyone doing? I'm just getting my workout in. Alright, that's enough for me. I'm good. And yeah, there's just like a tiny bit left. Scrape all that. It looks so pretty. Oh my gosh, it is everywhere though. Add your, isn't it pretty looking though? Aww. Add your zucchini, shredded zucchini, to all your wet ingredients. Yes, please. Nice. Throw these things away. This is looking good. Add whatever zucchini you have left behind. Maybe it's just me and mine comes out more messier than most people. Looks good, right? Well, yep. Bring back your dry ingredients. And I do not use this to mix with. It just doesn't work. Set that over there. Pour in your wet ingredient to the dry ingredients. And I'm gonna start using my fork at first to mix it. You gotta scrape up all that flour and dry ingredient from the bottom. Here's where your workout really begins. Spatula. And yeah. All right. We'll see how this video comes out. I don't know. I kept thinking about it, how I was gonna go about it in my head. And like, once again, we're just gonna wing it and see how it goes. If anything, you'll get a good laugh. Ooh. Like, I'm not kidding. You're gonna get a workout because it gets thick. And you just want to make sure that all the dry stuff is mixed in. You don't want like clumps of powder or anything like that. I'm excited. You can smell all the spices. It's gonna be good. Okay. Again, super thick. Get your fork to like scrape that. All right, pretty sure I didn't mention that the oven is preheated to 350 and this will cook in 2 mini loaf pans for about an hour. Every oven is a little bit different. I usually check around 45 minutes and give it a check and do a little fork test or toothpick test. Also, I forgot walnuts. I like to stick walnuts inside and a little bit on top as well. If you are allergic to nuts or don't like them, don't put them in. I really like it. And I don't use any specific measurement. I just dump a little bit in, give it a mix. Yeah, I mean, I'm not using a whole bag or nothing like that. I just really think it adds to it. Oh, and see, I did find some powder in there. Good thing. I was giving another stir. All right, that's good. I don't know specifically. Tell me what you are. 8 ounces, and I used half. So I guess you're using about 4 ounces of chopped walnuts. And I'm not going to even use the whole other half for the topping. I'll just sprinkle a little bit. So that's not bad. All right. Set this aside. Again, this is a messy process. Here are my pans. See by mini? And I pre-sprayed them with just some veggie oil. And we are going to pour. Just you want to divide your mixture up, really. I mean, this might not look great on camera as far as color. Think of all that. The spices and brown sugar goodness. All right. And yeah, just go back and forth. until they look even. I mean, if one gets a little bit more than the other, it's not a big deal. But you want them to cook evenly too. So try to make it as even as possible. This is like my go-to, because I'm not big on breakfast, but I love like a slice of zucchini bread and butter with some coffee and call it a morning. Or stick it in the oven now. Wait about 45 minutes and give it a check at 350. I will see you soon. Hey guys. Okay, so now it has been, I did do it about 55 minutes in my oven. I did check on it at 45 minutes and it was just a little still not quite done. And I gave it another 10 more minutes and it came out perfect. So yeah, this is how it looks. It looks so good. And smells amazing. I have let it cool. Forgot to mention that because I wouldn't be touching this otherwise. It's cooled off for about, I want to say, it's still kind of warm. So I think it's probably been about 20 minutes. And let's see if it'll come out. Will it? Will it? Not quite. So take your butter knife. I probably just need to give it a little more help. Sometimes it just comes right out. Alright, let's see. Oh my gosh, is it? Here we are. She is gorgeous. Yes, this is what you want in your life. Some zucchini bread with walnuts and lots of butter. I grabbed me the end piece. This is so flippin' good. A lot of work goes into it, but it's worth it. I'm so happy right now. The bread is slightly warm. And that butter on top. Yes. I'm gonna get 2 loaves out of that recipe. I cannot. I'm done. It is that good. And I don't mind the end pieces. Some people are like, they don't like it, but oh, it's good. slight crunch to it. Just the right amount of clove gives that like warm feeling. Oh yeah. Thank you, zucchini bread.